This video was brought to you by Brilliant. Today, Pakistan faces deadly separatist terror attacks, French President Emmanuel Macron rules out France having a left-wing prime minister, and Russia launches its largest air attack against Ukraine yet. From TLDR News, this is your daily briefing for Tuesday the 27th of August 2024. In Pakistan's southwestern province of Balochistan, more than 70 people have been killed over the past 2 days in several coordinated attacks by separatist militants. The Baloch Liberation Army, or BLA, claimed responsibility for the attacks, the most widespread assault by ethnic insurgents for years. Militants stopped buses on a highway overnight on Sunday, demanding identification cards from passengers and targeting travellers from the Punjab province. Some of the buses were also set on fire. Now, the state-run Radio Pakistan reported on Monday that security services had killed at least 12 militants and injured many others. For context, the BLA has been battling the central government for decades, accusing Islamabad of unfairly exploiting Balochistan's rich gas and mineral resources. The province is also the site of Chinese copper mines and other key infrastructure projects, which have also been targeted by the BLA in the past. But whilst the BLA have been battling Islamabad for decades, terrorist violence in general has recently surged in Pakistan. Last year, more than 1,500 people were killed in terrorist attacks. Pakistani officials blame the deteriorating security situation on the Taliban, who took over neighbouring Afghanistan 3 years ago, and have since allowed terrorist groups to find a safe haven in Pakistan. There's more on the way, but remember to subscribe and ring the bell for more daily briefing tomorrow. Plus, if you want to support the channel like William Urban, then consider joining the new TLDR membership program for just $1.99. Now over to France, where 7 weeks after snap parliamentary elections, French President Emmanuel Macron has said he will not agree to a government led by the left-wing New Popular Front, or NFP, alliance, which effectively won the election. Macron, whose centrists were beaten to second place in July, said that France needed institutional stability and that the left could not win a confidence vote in parliament. Macron refused to name Lucie Castet, the NFP's candidate for prime minister, and will now begin a new round of consultations to appoint a prime minister. Earlier this month, the NFP's far left called for Macron's removal of the presidency if he did not name Castet. But now that Macron has officially snubbed Castet and effectively ruled out a government led by the winning coalition, the NFP have reacted furiously and have called for Macron's impeachment. One of the parties within the NFP, France Unbowed, accused Macron of an anti-democratic coup and called for a firm response from French society against this incredible abuse of autocratic power. The leader of another member of the NFP, the Socialist Party, ominously warned that the Republic was born from the rejection of personal power and announced this morning that he would be boycotting all future negotiations. The Communist Party leader called for a grand popular mobilization and ruled out a fresh round of talks, while the Green Party leader said the people must get rid of Macron for the good of democracy. Now, we actually have a full video on this story coming out tomorrow on TLDR EU, so for a deeper analysis and to find out what may happen next, be sure to check that out. Over the weekend, Russian forces launched the largest air attack against Ukraine of the war so far. The attack has killed 7 people and has hit more than half of Ukraine's regions. Additionally, Russia was successful at hitting critical Ukrainian infrastructure, going as far as to claim that all their targets were hit. This caused widespread blackouts across the country. According to the commander of Ukraine's Air Force, Russia launched 127 missiles and 109 attack drones overnight, with Ukraine reportedly shooting down 102 of the missiles and 99 drones. This makes it the largest air attack of the war so far, overtaking a Russian attack on Ukraine from back in December, which involved 158 missiles and drones. Western nations reacted by condemning the attack, with Joe Biden calling the attacks outrageous and UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy criticising Russia's cowardly missile and drone attacks on civilian infrastructure. Additionally, Ukrainian President Zelensky condemned the attack as vile. Moving to Japan now, where a Chinese spy plane has been accused of breaching Japanese airspace in what's believed to be the first such instance in history. The incident occurred at about 11:29 a.m. local time, lasted for about 2 minutes, and resulted in Japan scrambling fighter jets. Japanese authorities reportedly issued notifications and warnings to the aircraft, but no weapons were used. Speaking about this, Japan's chief cabinet secretary described the breach as utterly unacceptable. They went on to summon a Chinese embassy official in Tokyo in protest. Separately, the chief cabinet secretary also claimed that the airspace breach was not only a serious violation of Japan's sovereignty, but it also threatens our security. In response, a Chinese foreign ministry spokesperson stated that they had no intention of invading the airspace of any country. In other news, France's President Emmanuel Macron has denied accusations that the arrest of the Telegram founder, Pavel Durov, in Paris at the weekend was politically motivated. It comes amid rising tensions between governments and big tech over social media moderation, with this latest move by France marking the most drastic action by a national government against a social media boss to date. On Monday, French prosecutors said that they had detained Durov as part of an investigation into the app's moderation of alleged criminal activity on the platform, including child sexual abuse material, drug trafficking, fraud, and money laundering. The move provoked anger in Moscow, with Russian lawmakers claiming that it was a political decision. Macron then issued a statement on Twitter/X saying, "I have read false information here regarding France following the arrest of Pavel Durov. The arrest of the Telegram president on French territory took place as part of an ongoing judicial investigation. This is in no way a political decision. It is up to the judges to decide." Now, it will be interesting to see how this case continues, as it could set a new precedent in terms of accountability for the contents of social media, especially as it follows recent disputes between Twitter/X owner Elon Musk and Brussels and the UK government over the spread of disinformation on the platform. And in today's uplifting news, we discuss the reunion of one of the biggest bands in the history of British music, Oasis. At 8 o'clock this morning, the Mancunian rock band officially ended a 15-year fraternal feud by announcing a series of dates across the UK and Ireland in summer 2025 that will likely have an enormous economic impact. For context, Oasis, who were formed in Manchester in 1991 by two brothers, Liam and Noel Gallagher, quickly shot to stardom, becoming one of the best-selling artists on the globe. Along with other English rock bands, Oasis helped define the Britpop movement, and their rivalry with London-based band Blur became a huge media phenomenon. However, the relationship between the two Gallagher brothers was always strained, with the pair often insulting and physically abusing each other, eventually breaking up in 2009. Liam then turned to attacking his brother on Twitter, once referring to him as the angry squirt, a horrible little man, and a sad little dwarf. Now though, after years of speculation, it appears the two brothers have finally set aside their differences to celebrate the 30th anniversary of their debut studio album, Definitely Maybe. In a statement, Oasis said, "The guns have fallen silent, the stars have aligned, the great wait is over."
Understanding these sorts of issues is really important, but also difficult, and that's why TLDR is here to help you. Unfortunately though, the world's only getting more complex, especially when it comes to things like tech and AI, and I'm not qualified to teach you about that. But luckily, Brilliant are. Brilliant is where you learn by doing, with thousands of interactive lessons in maths, data analysis, programming, and AI. In fact, Brilliant is a learning platform designed to be uniquely effective. Their first principles approach helps you to build understanding from the ground up. Each lesson is filled with hands-on problem solving that lets you play with concepts, a method proven to be 6 times more effective than watching lecture videos. For instance, if you did want to learn more about the increasingly important world of tech, then you might want to check out their How Technology Works courses. They run you through everything from how computer memory works, to how exactly a GPS can pinpoint your location, or why some online videos buffer, and how compression enables modern streaming. And although I did throw myself under the bus earlier, and I'm not qualified to teach you about that, I do have a computer science degree, and I can tell you that these courses aren't just high quality, they're also far more interesting than the lectures I sat through. To try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/TLDR, or click the link in the description. That way you'll get 20% off an annual premium subscription, and they'll know you came from us.